Good morning, everyone. Welcome to the digital classroom with Holy Heart Schools. Today, we are going to continue with our chapter Composition and Structure of Atmosphere. In today's video, we will be learning about effects of global warming and concern over global warming. While going through these topics, we will be learning some new words like Number 1. Global warming. Global warming means increase in the temperature of the earth's surface by greenhouse gases. Number 2. Ecosystem. Community or group of living organisms that live and interact with each other in the specific environment. Number 3. Hurricane. Tropical cyclones, especially in the West Atlantic Ocean. Number 4. Deforestation, cutting of trees on a large scale. And at last we have carbon sink, a forest, ocean or other natural environment viewed in the term of its ability to absorb carbon dioxide from the atmosphere. Now students, please open up your chapter number 12, page 92. But before we start with the today's topic, let's have a brief about the topic. The concept of global warming suggests that there will be an increase in the temperature on the Earth's surface and atmosphere. This is due to the increase in amount of carbon dioxide and other greenhouse gases in the atmosphere. This increase in the amount of greenhouse gases would adversely affect the ecosystem and the weather patterns all around the world. One of the adverse effects of the global warming is the climate change. Climate change is the change that persists over a long period of time. It includes instrumental temperature record, rising sea levels and decreasing snow cover throughout the world. Shrinking of ice in the polar regions will raise the level of water in the seas and oceans, and ultimately it will result in the submergence of the coastal and the nearby areas. Increasing global temperature may adversely affect the evaporation rate of the surface water, soil moisture and precipitation, etc. This would cause drying of agricultural lands, hence reduction in the average and total crop production. Along with human beings, global warming also put an effect on marine life. The oceans serve as a sink for carbon dioxide. The increased level of carbon dioxide have led ocean acidification, which make it difficult for the marine life to sustain. It also poses the threat to the food chains connected with the oceans. Global warming also has an adverse effects on flora and fauna. Plants and animals react to the warmer temperatures by moving to the higher elevations and latitudes. Species loss and endangerment is rising along with the global temperatures. As many as 30% of the plants and animals today risk extinction by 2050. This will be due to the loss of habitat through deforestation, ocean warming and global warming. Global warming may also destroy our ecosystem. Changing climatic conditions and dramatic increase in carbon dioxide may destroy our ecosystem. It may affect the supplies of fresh water, clean air, fuel and energy resources, medicine and other matter on which we depend for our survival. So now let's start with the reading of the topic today. Effects of global warming. Global warming means rise in the Earth's temperature due to the increase in the amount of greenhouse gases. Global warming would adversely affect the ecosystem on the Earth and weather patterns around the world in the following ways. Ecosystem here means community or group of living organisms that live and interact with each other in the specific environment. The temperature of the Earth increases. The temperature of the oceans, which are involved in various phenomena, would also increase. Increasing global temperature may adversely affect the evaporation rate of surface water, precipitation, etc. Ocean water becomes warm. Several storms like hurricanes are the tropical cyclones, especially in the West Atlantic Ocean, would become more common, because it is the interaction of warm sea water and warm air that give rise to these cyclones. In tropical regions, the seawater is hot enough to give the storms strength, and rotation of the earth make them spin. And ultimately, these cyclones originate. Many areas in the world would experience change in their rainfall pattern. Such changes would affect agriculture. As a result of global warming, the world's climate is changing and its effects is being felt the world over. And one of the most important parameter of climate is rainfall. With the depletion of ozone layer, there will be more heat trapping gases in the atmosphere, which according to the climate models will shift rainfall or precipitation pattern throughout the world. And as we all know that rainfall and agriculture are directly related to each other, so when there will be change in the rainfall pattern, its effect is directly felt on the cropping pattern worldwide. The increase in the temperature would speed up the melting of glaciers. Glaciers are the huge blocks of ice and snow. Ice caps. Ice caps are the covering of ice over a large area, and the icebergs. Icebergs are the floating masses of ice in sea or ocean in the northern and the southern parts of the world. This would cause flooding of the land in the coastal regions. This is because the melting of ice sheets will contribute to the rise in the sea level, due to which the small islands or the coastal areas will be submerged under the water. The rise in the temperature can cause change in the ocean currents. Ocean currents are the general movement of oceanic water in a particular direction. As we all know that ocean currents are directly linked to the ocean temperature and wind pattern of that particular area. So the change in the ocean's temperature as well as wind pattern can together alter the ocean currents. Water in the lakes and rivers on the earth's surface would evaporate faster because of the rise in temperature. Such changes would change the habitat. Habitat means living places of organisms. Those unable to adjust to these rapid changes may not be able to survive. As we all know that there is always survival of the fittest, so everybody cannot adjust itself into the changing environment. Now next we are going to start up with the concern over global warming. The increase in global warming will alter every ecosystem on the earth. The result of the modest temperatures rise in the recent decades is melting ice caps and glaciers. Thus, serious steps should be taken to retard the process of global warming. For example, conservation of forests, planting more and more trees, reducing deforestation, controlling industrial pollution, controlling CFCs release in the atmosphere, reducing the quantity of chemical fertilizers for growing crops, and using alternative sources of energy. Many countries are also keeping their foot forward to control global warming. Many protocols have been made worldwide in regard to control global warming. For example, Kyoto Protocol. Under this protocol, the countries agreed to cut greenhouse gas emission by 5.4%. So now let's read. Many scientists believe that human activities affect global warming, while others feel that global warming is a natural process quite similar to those processes that have caused the ice age of the past. The four major activities producing greenhouse gases are agriculture, energy use, industrial processes, and deforestation. Energy use is considered to be the greatest producer. Burning of fossil fuels is a major supplier of carbon dioxide in the atmosphere. Thus, the energy produced by the burning of fossil fuels is used to drive cars, operate industries, run railway engines, etc. However, some measures have been taken to retard means to stop the global warming process, such as use of alternative energy sources in place of fossil fuels to meet the energy demands of the ever increasing world population. Alternative sources of energy here include solar energy, wind energy, tidal energy, which are renewable and do not cause any pollution. Next, reduce deforestation means cutting of trees on a large scale, especially of the tropical Rainforest. Tropical rainforests are the evergreen forests which use much of the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere to carry out photosynthesis. Photosynthesis is the process by which plants make their food with the help of sunlight and water and thus act as the areas of carbon sinks. The world's tropical forests store huge quantities of carbon in their biomass and thus constitute as an important carbon sink. Plant trees and shrubs. Shrubs are the small plants with a woody stem in the areas which have been cleared for the construction of houses, factories, parks, etc. This helps in decreasing the carbon dioxide level because plants absorb carbon dioxide released in the atmosphere. Alternative materials for the use in polystyrene forms. Polystyrene is a synthetic resin and solvent to reduce the amount of CFCs released in the atmosphere. Mostly the CFCs gases are released by the unused refrigerators, air conditioners, etc. Reduce the quantity of chemical fertilizers for growing crops. This will reduce the amount of nitrogen oxide that enters the atmosphere. Because atmospheric nitrogen is the main raw material used in the manufacturing of these fertilizers. And when we will make less use of these fertilizers, the amount of nitrogen released in the atmosphere will also be reduced. So now students, with this we are ending up with the chapter. Please revise the complete chapter and do the related exercises and question answers. Thank you.